Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. It's time for Owin's Field Report, sponsored by Les Schwab Tire Centers.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, this week, there's been a bunch of changes here in the Northwest when you're talking about the opportunities to chase spring Chinook. We're going to get there in just a second. But one of the things that I was given this week to try for the first time was a new bait from Hawken Fishing called Hot Tails. Now, when I actually got these, the first thing I said is, well, I'm not going to talk about them until I actually fish them and have success, because I haven't seen them, right? Now, I'm going to I'll take the blame for that. We should have exposed these earlier, but I'm not going to take the blame because I'm not the one that makes them. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. But they're called Hot Tails, okay? And they are already very much proven as a great bait for walleye, sockeye, and kokanee. Now, it was kind of a question mark when you're referring to chasing salmon around. Doesn't matter if it's spring or summer or fall. They just hadn't been used for that yet. I was actually, turns out, the first one to actually catch a Chinook with these things. First thing that hit my mind, though, when I saw it, you can kind of see the size. They're very, very small, and we're going to show you a different photo of it as well. But right in front of a coon shrimp and on my standard rigging with a 2-aught hook on top, I actually did tie this setup, though, a little bit different. I put a slider with that 2-aught and then a size 1 treble behind it. Very much standard, minus the slider, I guess, when you're talking about a coon shrimp setup behind a 360. Okay, it doesn't matter what fishery, it's very, very popular, that setup. A lot of folks will do it with two 2-aughts or a 2-aught and a 3-aught single hook. I like that treble back there. It just seems to get them, right? But here's how I set this thing up, at least to give you an idea, and I'll leave it up to you, Ryan. You can run those photos any way that you'd like. I know that you're having some trouble back there, but there's actually the fish that I caught with it about an hour in, and you can see that hot tail on there right in here. It's just the hot tail itself. Those are actually 6mm beads. There's 5 of them, and then the 2-aught, and then the treble hook is down there. Weren't coming off. I like it when it works out that way, because we all know how my luck is. But let's take a look at the next one, give you just a quick video clip of what this looks like in the water with that coonie behind it. And I'm just going to tell you, the only thing that I would change here is I might scale that down. I might go from 5 beads to 3 and bring that hot tail back a little bit, because with that rigging, that tail is not going to get in the way of the shrimp itself, or maybe I should say the shrimp isn't going to get in the way of the tail, but that just looks killer. And it's actually the 360's in front of it right now. You can see it kind of thumping, and it just a really good action. And it doesn't slow that 360 down at all. I mean, you got a lot of thump. And here's a close-up of how I rigged it. I spoke about this past week about, with the blade in front of it, or even a spin and glow for that matter, or even a hot wing from Hawken as well. I've been really having my success running that hook sideways through the bait. A lot of people run it straight through. I mean, you can do it any way that you want, as long as it runs flat. And then, of course, that top hook is on a slider, just so I can get one of those hooks from that treble hook into the bait itself, so it's not flopping around. But it is a good-looking bait. I mean, that is just a good-looking bait for behind your 360. Again, this distance between the bait itself and the hook, I really could narrow that down. Maybe even 2 hooks, because it's just going to stay away, just to make it more compact. I mean, obviously it worked, but I might be able to improve on that. Anyway, they are available over at Fisherman's Marine. It's just a new bait, something else to try behind those 360s, and a lot of really good colors. Now, Ryan's pushing me along. This is my fish from yesterday. I actually got out to do my favorite thing in the whole world when you're talking about spring Chinook fishing, plunking. Absolutely love hearing the bells ring. There's nothing more fun. And yes, just another terrible photo from myself. But yesterday was a good day. Overall, though, the report on the river for folks down, anywhere they may have been trolling, and on anchor, not that great. But when we get there, I believe we're going to have fish counts. Is that correct? We're not going to have the river. I won't. Oh, a car wash. You can't forget that. This is actually going on today. Here's a car wash that's going on. It's a fundraiser over at the Les Schwab in Oregon City on Beaver Creek. If you need to get your rig washed up, take it over there. The soccer team, turns out it's my daughter's soccer team. I wonder how that worked. That's actually going on today. They got a trip that they're planning over to the Timbers, so they're just doing a fundraiser for that. Go over there and say hello, and if you see me come by, make sure you say hi. Now, taking a look quickly at the fish counts, this is the Willamette. You can see those numbers have been ramping up as they count them. all right? Now remember, they count these manually. Yeah, it's 2024, I know. They video it, and then they go back through. That's why you always see a delay. But the numbers did ramp up. Water levels were high, so, you know, it's kind of interesting that the numbers were going up. When you see Bonneville is one that I think you'll see is very interesting. And this is, I heard a whoa back there. That can't be good. What happened with those counts at Bonneville, we'll get to this giveaway in a second. Numbers dropped fast. Again, that's the Willamette. So the numbers at Bonneville did drop quickly, from 4,000, 3,000, somewhere in there, and dropped into the 1,300, 1,500. There's a ton of water coming out of Bonneville right now. When that happens, it slows the migration down. So it's certainly not a horrible sign. It's not a great sign, but at the very least, the numbers at Bonnie did go down a little bit. But in the end, you know, there was some success. But when you can hear the bell ring, I don't care. It was worth it. Okay, giveaway, Procure. Make sure you send an email over to Jason Hambley, and when you do that, tell him that you want to win that weekly prize pack. It is slanted towards salmon right now for obvious reasons, so we'll make sure. They popped it up. You saw it. You can rewind if you want to. Jason Hambley at Procure.com, I believe. Anyway, all right, let's check in with Jeff Forgeron and find out what our weather's really going to do this week. And I missed the warm weather already. Jeff, I'm hoping that we got some of that in the forecast because things changed very, very quickly when you're referring to our weather, Jeff.
By the way, I hate when I have technical problems on air. I've been there. There have been times, Owen, when the 7-day forecast has no numbers on it, and I pop it up and I'm like, literally the only thing people are waiting for is the 7-day forecast, and there are no numbers on it. So, yeah, we'll circle back. Hopefully you can get those ironed out, those graphics ironed out. But let's bring it out to the Columbia River. This is a live look from our Mary Hill Tasting Room and Bistro camera. We do have a warm day on the horizon on Monday, but it is going to be a pretty cool weekend. Fairly cloudy out there. The temperature is 53 degrees. We're slowly warming up here in the metro area. Showers are nearby, but they're more so focused out toward the Coast Range and the northern Oregon and southern Washington coast. A few showers may sneak in later today, but I really think the farther north and west you're located, the better chance you'll have at seeing showers. So say you're out along the central Oregon coast or south of the metro area. Hardly think you'll see any showers today. And if you do see showers around the metro area, they'll probably be in the form of sprinkles. Then we take this into Sunday. Sunday presents a better chance at seeing some showers along the I-5 corridor. We'll have numerous showers passing through, but most of that wraps up Sunday evening, and that's going to lead to a mostly sunny day on Monday with highs returning to the low 70s. I don't think we'll see much in the way of measurable rain today. We might go 12 days in a row if we count today without measurable rain, but tomorrow we'll probably pick up some rain, and then we'll dry out heading into Monday. Our 7-day forecast that has numbers on it this time shows that highs will be in the low to mid 60s this weekend, low 70s Monday, back to cool and showery weather around midweek. And then Thursday and Friday, we should rebound into the mid to upper 70s, or mid to upper 60s. We'll send it over to you, Owen.
Hey, that's okay. I'll take it, right? Yeah. I mean, the 80s and 90s, that was really nice.
That was a little unusual.
It was unusual. I'll take it. Well, like all of us, we'll take that. I actually washed my truck. Now it's going to rain in a day or two. That's okay, though. We'll deal with it. Spring in Oregon, right?
When you wash the car, that means that it's going to rain tomorrow. That's how it goes out here.
It could be worse. It could have been a black truck, okay? Yeah, because if every black vehicle I've ever had, as soon as I wash it, it will rain that day.
Totally.
It's just simple as that. Jeff, thank you.
Yep.
Enjoy that salmon, too, by the way. All right, everyone, when we come back, we're going to have Bruce Pauly here in the studio talking about some of the issues that the CCA Oregon deals with every single day, 365, and ain't nothing easy, and it definitely did not get any easier this week. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by P-Line, because we fish, by Hawken Fishing, perfection in fishing gear, and by Haxton's Canvas and Upholstery, the trusted name of the Pacific Northwest.